Today we are at Southcott Pines, one of the neighborhoods along the old Ausable channel. We're focusing on something called natural channel design, and we're going to use natural features of streams and rivers and pond systems so that we can make this area as natural and healthy as we can. And there are numerous species at risk here, including the pug-nosed shiner and lake chubsucker. We're doing all we can to help promote a healthy habitat here so that those fish and various other turtles can thrive. Our channel here, our stream, which actually can be considered to be an oxbow wetland or an area that's been cut off from a main channel. So historically there were two cuts made to the Ausable channel, one down in Port Franks at the south end and one at the north end at Grand Bend, and that has created a 14-kilometer strip of the channel here that's fed only by local water and precipitation. So it doesn't get flow from the rest of the river or even from the rest of the watershed upstream. Thankfully, with grants from the Canada Nature Fund through the Fisheries and Oceans Canada, as well as donations and in-kind services from Southcott Pines Park Association, we are able to conduct the stream restoration work here, where we're going to help increase the viability of the channel. We're doing it today in partnership with Southcott Pines Park Association, as well as Ontario Streams, their stream restoration experts. So if there's not a lot of vegetation on your slope or on your land, when you get a heavy rainfall event, all that water picks up speed and picks up different nutrients and pollutants and washes them down into the river.
In this situation, because the bank had been mown right to the edge, it's just not being able to become stabilized and have to be revegetated. So what's going to happen now is this is going to become stabilized with the vegetation and create habitat for the local wildlife. We've reduced the slope to a nice 45 to 60 degrees, and we've put a stop log down at the bottom to help hold the soil together. We have added burlap and grass seed, and hopefully it will all grow in and become a nice stable bank that people can again use using logs, old ash logs from local forest for holding the bank together. And we'll be seeding with a grass seed mix just to help hold everything together until the spring, when hopefully native plants and shrubs will be planted. I imagine in 2 or 3 years it should be covered in native weeds, Joe Pye weed, milkweed, that kind of thing. Lots of grasses, and hopefully the shrubs that are planted will grow in nicely, and it'll blend in with the natural shoreline.
So the community has played a huge role in the work that's happening here today.
Yeah, I'm Owen Taylor. I'm with the Southcott Pines Park Association, and we started up an environmental group here, and we're trying to initiate some projects along the river to restore the embankment in certain areas where people have in the past mowed down to the embankment, and that's what's causing some of the erosion on the embankment. And as you walk along there, you see other areas where it's grown in with a good sized buffer zone of 3 or 4 feet, and it's maintained the bank in those areas.
So all of these different grasses, trees, shrubs, flowers, and plants will help slow down the flow of the water, reducing the speed, which will reduce the erosion. It will decrease the temperature of the runoff so that the water entering the channel will be a bit cooler, because we do have issues with the water getting a little bit too hot because there is not a lot of flow from upstream or no flow from upstream. And we're going to be providing habitat and shade for those fish and other species that live in this area. If you'd like to know more about this project and see more of our work, you can visit abca.ca. You can also visit our Friends of the Old Ausable Channel page, oldasablechannel.ca.